Hi guys. I just needed to come on here and just vent because I'm just really unhappy at the moment, and I don't feel like I've got anyone to talk to. Oh god. I've had my surgery, obviously, as you know, to try and make things better for IVF and to make myself healthy. Sorry. I'm just so sick and tired. IVF has broken me and Zav. We're still together, but it's not the same as it was. He's angry. There's only so much I can say on this channel because there's people that follow this channel now, so people that know me in real life. But yeah, it's broken us. We physically can't afford to do IVF anymore. He doesn't really want to do it. He's happy to do one more because he's really angry about the fact that we've done 5 attempts. Oh, I'm so sorry. Our first attempt, oh, God's sake, our first attempt was we tried to take the medicine. It was abandoned because I didn't respond to the drugs. Instead of losing our NHS attempt, we paid £1,200. So even then, we should have alarm bells about how much money. I don't think we knew what we were getting into when we were doing IVF. We paid £1,200. We didn't have to pay for the drugs that we'd used up to that point, so that we didn't lose our funded NHS attempt that you get here in the UK. So the second one was the successful one, and obviously that ended in miscarriage, a miscarriage at 9 weeks. Had to have a D&C. That was in 2011. Oh god. Then the next one we did was with the frozen eggs that we had left, and I had a pregnancy again, but it was chemical. We didn't even get to the scan. The day of telling the clinic that I was pregnant, the test went negative from being positive 1 to 2 weeks. So that was just like, really? Like, and then we did another fresh cycle, which was our second funded attempt, last funded attempt. The first time we got to blastocysts and 2 put back like usual each time. I've got a cold sore and ulcers all in my mouth. And that basically was negative, didn't even come up with a positive pregnancy whatever test, so that was negative. Obviously it happens. And we didn't get any eggs frozen because they weren't good enough quality to be frozen. So that was our funded done. I convinced Zav for us to save money or borrow money so that we could pay for some IVF, which is completely out of what Zav believes in, because it's just like spending money on a massive gamble. You don't know if it's going to pay off. You don't know if you're going to be successful. You're just throwing money at these clinics, thousands of pounds and stuff. So we took out £8,000 with his work, and to be fair, we didn't just pay for IVF. We went on holiday and stuff. But I also paid like £700 twice to do like Humira injections to try and because I'd had all the immunes testing done at why miscarriages happened, and I've got high NK cells and all of that, as you know. So yeah, we spent £8,000. We went to the immunes clinic, as you know, some people might know, and did a cycle, which was the worst cycle out of all of them. The worst paid cycle. Well, the worst cycle. It was the paid one. I did intralipids and everything before, and we got 12 eggs and only 4 fertilised, and those 4 were shit quality or whatever, for whatever reason, and we didn't make transfer at all. So trying to convince Sav to borrow the money in the first place to do it, that just completely fucked everything up, because he's angry that we've spent that money and we didn't even get to try. I can understand, because I feel the same, pissed off about it, so angry that just all these obstacles all the time. If we'd been successful in the first place, we would be able to do the things that Zav wants to do now, that buy a house, so do I, and get married and stuff, but we can't, because we can if we choose not to do any IVF anymore, which is the point that we're at now. But yeah, I had like chlamydia that wasn't detected and stuff until later, and all these other issues that have now come up that should have been detected before, and they've basically told me that cycles that I did before I may as well start from scratch, because of all the issues that have now been brought up. They were all wasted, that's the reason for the miscarriages, because of my hydrosalpinx, my tubes and everything. I've had 2 lots of surgery to try and sort my tubes out, 1 laparoscopy to try and remove them, and then to find out that my tube was stuck to my bowel, and have to try and decide between not doing IVF and not having kids to having an open surgery operation where my bowel could be damaged and I could have a bag for life. And I chose to do that because I had to try, and luckily, obviously I've just 10 weeks or something past surgery, and I didn't have to have a colostomy bag. Great, but obviously that's a strain on the body, and it's not just like, oh, I'll just have an operation. It's a lot on the body. It's hard, and there's still no guarantees that the hydrosalpinx was the reason for miscarriages in the first place, all the leaking tubes. You don't know, but I had to take a chance. But now we're at a point, Zav and I, where we just can't afford to do IVF. So all of that I just went through, and everything that we've gone through will be for nothing. I've got to decide, can I be happy with just Zav and I? Can we get past all this? Like, will I resent him? Will I resent everything, for not being able to try to carry on with IVF? He doesn't want to keep throwing money at it, and I understand. He hasn't got those urges like I do to have kids, and I've got to start thinking about him, because I'm either going to break us up and not be able to do IVF anyway, or agree to do one more, and if it doesn't work, then whatever. I just don't know where my head's at. I just feel like it's unfair on Zav, bringing him down this path in the first place. He's not the one with these issues. He wants to have kids. He doesn't just want to have kids, he wants to have kids with me. That's understandable. It's the same with me, but I also want to have kids, because I'm a woman, and it's not just about I just want to have kids with you. I do just want to have kids with Zav because he is the one I love, and etc. But I also have a side of me that does just want to have kids, because I'm a woman, and that's what I was born to do. And I don't want to feel wrong for saying that. I've had lots of people saying to me, oh, if you split up, you can still get a donor and blah, blah, blah. But do I really want to do that? Not have a family? Just bring up a child on my own? And I don't just want to have a child. Anyway. I went out last night with some friends, and they're all younger than me. I don't have anyone really my age around, and I just feel like I just don't belong anywhere. I just feel like I'm just in the middle of a path where I just don't know. I don't even feel like there's which way to go. I don't even feel there's any options. I can't do IVF, and I don't want to live and not knowing that I've tried. And if we stop doing IVF now, I don't feel like I've tried, because I've now got to a point where I've got myself fit and healthy to try IVF again, And I don't want to just give it one more go, because when you start IVF, you don't just like, people don't give, like, the reason they give you 2 or 3 attempts on the NHS is because they know that realistically, it's not going to take the first time. I mean, I was lucky that it did, but obviously it didn't work out. But not everyone gets pregnant the first time. So doing it once, for me, it just doesn't feel right. I just feel like I should be, if I really want this, which I do, I should be really trying. And like, if we can't afford it, we just try and afford it somehow. But I can understand why Zav's like, we can't keep sacrificing our life and renting, and all his friends are, my friends as well, are, you know, buying houses and getting married and having kids and celebrating Mother's Day today. And I'm not doing any of those things. And I'm dragging him along too, and he's got to the point where he's like, IVF's off the cards now until we've sorted our relationship out, got tight again. But I haven't got time. Like, I'm 35 this year. I just don't think I'm ever going to have kids. I don't. Am I really going to be happy not having kids and just being a couple? And I don't know. I'm just messed up. And I needed to come on here and rant. I might just make this video unlisted. I don't know. Maybe people should see this, because sometimes, you know, you just put on a happy face and a clown face or whatever, but I'm the lowest of the low. And when I'm low like this, I push Zav away, and he wants me to come more forward. And I can't, because I just need to have my own space, headspace and stuff, and he needs me to give him support as well, which I try to do. But another thing as well, it's like, he's supported me through this whole thing. Like, 6 years we've been together this year, this month, and the whole time we've pretty much been doing fertility stuff, and he's had to support me, and he's just drained and angry and stuff. But there's nothing that I've had to support him with apart from the IVF, because I'm the one that's got stuff going on, like hospital and my bowel stuff and this IVF stuff. It just happens to be that it's just me that's causing these sort of things or whatever. Whereas if it was the other way around, I'd be the one doing it, but I wouldn't, not that he is, but I wouldn't like throw it in his face and say, I've supported you or whatever, because it's just what you do, isn't it? Whoever has the issue, if there's any problems between you, you just deal with it, you know. You don't mark your little sheet to say what you've done more than the other person or whatever. But sometimes I feel like it's like that. I understand why he's angry. He just sees IVF as a big hopeful waste of time, spending so much money, you know. I wanted to do a 2-cycle package in Greece, in Athens, to try and save some money and to make it cost effective, but at the same time doing 2. So then if one doesn't work, I've still got a backup, and I don't feel so stressed about just being that one is it and whatever. But you never know, I could get in there and my because of this operation now, my ovaries are shot and they don't work or whatever. But I just feel like everyone's pregnant now. I mean, obviously I'm happy for people, like, seriously, like my friend Phoebe, who used to do YouTube, but I don't think she's doing it anymore. Leila and Nico. I've got cold sores everywhere. She's pregnant now. Not through IVF, and oh my god, I cannot tell you, we've done IVF together, and to see her bump and stuff, it makes me really happy. Like, don't get me wrong, but it just means that one by one, everyone that was doing IVF with me is now like able to do IVF or doing it or getting pregnant and stuff. I just feel like shit, and I wanted to come and rant. And I'm going to go into my house now because I need to go and have a bath and chill out a bit. But yeah, just thought I'd come on, share how I'm feeling. If anyone that I know is watching this, please do me the courtesy and not show anyone this video or talk to me about it, because I'm just trying to air my thoughts and get some things out there. I am thinking about going to see a counsellor. Zav and I might be going to see one together. We want to get back to that rock that we were, you know. It's broken us down slowly, and we've still got more sorrow to come if we decide not to have a kid, not to try for IVF and stuff. I don't think we're at the point where we're ready to adopt or anything. I don't think we wouldn't have the money to do a surrogate or anything like that, so that's really not an option, and I'm not really sort of at the point of thinking about that at the moment. So yeah, but that's me. I hope you're all better than I am, and I will talk to you all soon.